Good morning all, the COT data video for the week beginning the 22nd of September 2025. We've got a fairly busy week ahead of us. We've got lots of PMI data from Europe and the United States. We've also got the PCE inflation as well on Friday. Okay, so what we have seen is that the dollar has, I'd pretty much say, like done a little nosedive. It's moved quite strongly. Probably not as strong as these moves, but we are negative, and we're more negative than the week prior. So this has more weight than this move here. So it's bearish, but we're more bearish than the week prior. So we just have to be a little bit careful, especially if you're going to trade the Euro USD, because the Euro has also moved lower as well. 125 to 117. So a fair move there, and a fair move there as well. So I think that particular currency pair could be tricky and probably to be avoided this week. We're going to add the yen, and we'll have a look at the yen. And how are we looking? Oh, it moved lower on that as well. 61,000, 91,000. That was a big drop. 30,000 contracts difference. So down, down, down. So that doesn't really help much, especially if you're trading the euro. The euro yen is also going to be tricky as well. Take euro off. Let's look at the Aussie. And Australian dollar's really pumped. So that's off note. So we may be getting a AUD USD setup where we're going to potentially get an Aussie USD long if we get the crossover. So if they continue to sell the dollar, the USD, and they continue to buy the Australian dollar, we'll get the crossover for a long. So that is of note. So be aware of that. We may get that set up in a couple of weeks. Okay. Aussie off, pound on, and pound's chopped a lot. We had broken these lows, and we're back above, and it looks like we've got the crossover for the pound against the dollar here, where the net non-coms, the banks, institutions, they're more bullish on the pound than they are than USD. So that would be bullish for that particular currency pair. But don't forget what I said about the PMI data as well. We've got some quite red folder events that we need to be aware of this week. So it may be a good long, but you might want to get the dip to buy. You might not want to buy it at the highs. You might want to get the retracement on that particular currency pair for a long. You'd have to do some analysis, basically. I'd be a little bit wary about it, especially if we go a bit risk off as well, because that is going to suffer more than USD. And we could maybe be doing with a breather on risk appetite. So got to be careful. CAD's been horrible. Okay, so we're just sort of just teetering, aren't we? We're not really doing that much. We're negative, slightly more positive than the week prior. 108. Yeah, it's just sideways, really, isn't it? Yeah, ever so slight increase of longs, but we're quite substantially negative. Look how far away we are from the zero line, which is the bull-bear divide. So that's just a bit wishy-washy right now. It's very likely to do with oil and things like that. So I'd be a bit careful with CAD. Aussie has pumped, so that's probably something you could look at. And whether or not you want to buy the pound USD, you probably want to get the retracement first, I think. Gold. And of course, we're continuing higher. So 261, 266. So an increase, and we're more positive than the week prior. So, we're strong, we're bullish, and we're more bullish than the week last week. Okay. New Zealand dollar. And we're just moving in parallel with the USD. So you'd probably want to avoid that particular currency pair, NZD versus USD. That's just like, there's no signal there whatsoever. They're both negative and they're both moved together. Okay, and the Swiss franc is the last one. And we're just going to be sideways. Okay, so in terms of the Telegram bot and the signals that go in there, we're going to have a technical check in place. And so this V lookup is now checking the QDB scores, and it's going to check some metrics in here. And what it does is just simply checks the daily pivot. Okay, so if we get pound USD for a buy, it needs to have the daily pivot for the bias. Okay, and of course this is going to change over the course of the week. So pending that we get the buy on the bubbles, it needs to align with the daily pivot. Okay, and because we had quite a poor week on our bot, so I think we're probably going to need some technical criteria for that. And that's it. So that's the COT data video, and I wish you a good week. And don't forget, we've got that PCE data on Friday, so it might be a bit of a roller coaster as we go into the weekend. Morning guys, so I'm not sure if you are aware, but we have a ability for you to join for free at QuasiDB, and you can unlock Discord in its entirety and all those channels and the bank forecasts and our community, trade setups, the robots, and you can also have me as well for support if you need, and also the spreadsheet as well. And the spreadsheet is enormous and it's really, really powerful. And it's even got a thing where it's got predictive sentiment in the spreadsheet now. So it can predict the future, pending that the crowd hold, of course. They may not hold. If they flip-flop, it's not ideal. But if they hold, then we can predict what they're going to do, which is really cool because we have a thing called the future bubbles. So if you were interested in unlocking all of that stuff, you create an account IC Markets. And what you'll need to do is just simply click the link. It's campaign for 55485, and you'll come here, and it'll store a little cookie on your computer to say that you've used that URL, and then you just simply say, you fill in the information, and you say, I'd like to join. Hi, I would like to join campaign. If I can spell it, 55485, and can you merge my live account with this campaign ID, if I can spell it. And then that's it. Then you'll fill in the information. Obviously it did ask for the name, but that's obvious, you will fill that in, and then you'll speak to the AI bot, and then you'll type that in, and then that will get the ball rolling. And so let me know once you've done this, once you've funded your account, and then I'll send you the sheet and give you Discord unlock. But I will need to see activity on that account. You can't just have live funds in there and not use it. Okay, so just a quick plug there for IC Markets, and it is without a doubt the best broker I've ever used, and you can see that is absolutely insane as well. 200,000 happy active clients, and the support is fantastic. I've never had any issues whatsoever with their support. The sign up is easy, and the withdrawals are easy as well, because it has PayPal and various schemes as well, credit card, debit card, Skrill, Apple Pay, and that's it. So it's an option, and all you're going to just simply do is just tell them that you want to join the campaign ID 55485, and whether or not you can merge my live account or your live account with this campaign ID, and then they'll say, yeah, I'll put you through to a human, and then you may have to repeat that, and then they'll say, oh, can you email this address, and then you'll email that address, and then they'll have a record of your account officially wanting to merge with this campaign 55485. Okay, just a quick one there if you were interested in unlocking all the stuff that we provide for free. Okay.